our civic engagement, and we decided to focus on an overall civic engagement look for youth activism.
I think during times like these, everybody has access to social media, and it's kind of the outlet of communication now. However, schools can get crowded, we get lost in the shuffle. It's important that everybody has a voice and is heard.
As you can see, our biggest impact here was our LAUSD student board member voting post. It ended up getting 12,000 views. So many people were so invested in it, and it was so exciting. But over here you can see I was keeping track as much as I could of the viewpoints that were jumping, and it started getting really popular really quick, which we were so excited about. This was some of the comments that came up from different student board member candidates that were, we tagged them. They all commented thanking us for what we were doing. We had other people, students within LAUSD coming on commenting, saying, I'm voting for you, or I'm so glad you brought this up, I can't wait to vote, things like that.
As I mentioned, considering the current political climate, this was definitely an important resource for a lot of students. Then we focused on, more about immigration, specifically DACA and Dreamers. Then we talked about contributions and immigration support, a very hot topic right now, and we did our best to kind of put that support out there, especially for those students who weren't able to access those resources.
So we gave a lot of support options, and also seeing how this is a time of national uncertainty, we just really wanted to make sure people had the resources available and the knowledge needed to navigate this complex.
Considering that a lot of this information is spread on the news, a lot of people don't actually know the breadth of the issue, and they don't talk about the personal stories of the people who have experienced wrongful deportation and the people who are around them who are victims of wrongful deportation. So a lot of our posts were dedicated to not just the California scale of this issue, but also national extent.
The current youth is very online, very social. This was definitely a really good way to kind of reach them, as opposed to the news or something else that they may not fully pay attention
While
to.
interviewing students, a topic that came up a lot was the fact that they wish there was more access to information on immigration and education for immigrant families and students. So we wanted to touch on that and make sure that this was readily available for anyone who needed it. There's links at the bottom of each of these that we also had in our bio, and we have both Spanish and English versions of each of these posts.
We made this post in honor of Women's History Month. We think right now I think in general, women have really been silenced throughout history. It's nothing new. So I think it's important that we address some of our very powerful female figures that have done an amazing job representing us. And I suppose setting the tone for how much women
We wanted to
achieve.
kind of put different topics or different women that advocated for different topics. So as you can see, Anne Frank, she was really an important female figure when it came to religious persecution. Malala Yousafzai, she was obviously for educational reform. Greta Thunberg, environmental reform.
And this also kind of addresses the importance of social media and the extent that it can achieve in educating people on topics that usually are not taught in schools. Specifically, women's rights education is a very small unit in social studies. When I went to elementary school, it wasn't actually a unit at all.
And I think these women here on this board and these women who are sitting right here have really proved how far we can really go.
And one of the last things we did for our Instagram was to create a Q&A and interviews. So I had the opportunity to speak with some of the students from my own campus and just ask them questions about what they thought could be solutions to issues that women might be facing today.